Just hanging out here with Ruppert, teaching him to be calm inside the house. So we're just relaxing together in our evening. I'm not allowing him on the couch yet. That might come. Normally all my dogs are on the couch. But he's relaxing here. I'm watching one of my favorite photographer shows here on YouTube. That's what I do just before I go to bed, and now hanging out with this guy. So there's a lot of steps in training a protection dog, so hanging out in the house is one of them. And like I said, he's the first 2 weeks the dogs are on a leash with me. That's how I do it. All my dogs are 2 weeks on a leash, and then I do let him run loose with the other dogs. So as soon as he lays down by himself, then I pet him and give him some treats and show him that that's what we want. So we're gonna relax in the evening a little bit, and we'll be tuning in with you guys later. Bye. And this is what happens after a couple minutes. The dog just lays down by himself and starts to relax, and yeah, it's awesome. Looks a little bit of Thomas Heaton here, a famous photography YouTuber that I like. Yeah, he's enjoying himself. He's a great dog. There he is. He's intrigued by the television. Good morning, guys. It's early morning, and I'm just getting all my doggies out. They just had a little snack with their supplements. I feed my dogs by hand, but everybody gets their supplements with a little snack, because the supplements are hard to distribute. And then this is my dog food room. You can see some of the supplements that I give. Oh, there's some other pots here that are hidden, but all the supplements are available through the ISDC site. There's a come babe. I locked somebody up in the food room. That would not be a good idea. So let's go outside. And it's again a very, very cold morning. It's about 20 degrees right now, so that's about -8 in Celsius for the people that watch in Europe. It's been cold every morning. It's about 5:45 now, 6 o'clock. Just it's nice that it's starting to get light early again. So that's pretty cool. So the dogs have peed and pooped, so I'm gonna take them to the kennels, and then probably put the heat lamp on for them. I like to spoil them. I know they're German Shepherds and they have a big coat, but I do like to make sure that my dogs are comfortable. Another reason, by the way, that I put heat lamps on is that my floors are concrete, although I do have stall mats. Oh, I haven't turned my lights on from the kennel, so let me do that quickly. But although I have stall mats and an igloo, the cold, wet concrete here in Washington State is not good for their bones, and it can cause arthritis. So I do use my heat lamps a lot, not just for extreme colds, but just turn my lights on here. Not just for extreme colds, but also for the health and the comfort of the dog. Makes a huge difference if the dogs can lay under a heat lamp instead of laying on the cold concrete or in a cold igloo. So let me call my dogs. So they'll be right here. There you go. Hey Darla. Yeah. And you see they're running into their kennels. Turn my heat lamps on here. Nice and comfy for them. You see. So they lay on the stall mats. That's the best way. What you can also do is use a wooden floor instead of concrete. A lot of European kennels just have like a plywood floor over the concrete to prevent the dogs from laying in the cold. And they all get a snacky when they come into their kennels. Here's my boy Benny. He knows what's gonna happen. He's gonna go to his kennel and gets his cookie. I always reinforce that, running to their own kennels, running to their own crates. I never not reinforce that, so it's very convenient. And I cued it on a whistle. The whistle that you just heard, I cued everything on a whistle, and that means kennel up. And then the dogs run to their kennels. And at night, I have a different whistle. That means we're gonna go to the crates. So why don't I show you Carl? I'm gonna let him out, and then he can run around outside a little bit and go to his kennel. And I'll go put him in, and next is Ruppert. So I got Ruppert here, standard routine. First lift his leg a couple times, and then we're gonna start our first breakfast session. My goals for today is to work on basic position and making that a little bit more fluent on a visual cue. The other thing that I'm going to do is continue getting him used to the luring event, making him push into my arms, my hands, not my arms. Then I'm going to try to shape the sit. Maybe I'll add some luring to it too. He does sit by himself a lot, and I've been reinforcing that. So he should sit very easily. But what I'm going to try to do is have him sit before the basic position, and then get him from a sit in basic position with the help of a visual cue. That's my goal. We'll see how this training block goes. Like I always say, you can have a lot of goals, but the dog is dictating eventually what you are doing. We need to be very flexible, and we need to make decisions on the fly. I always say dog training is decisions, and make sure that you make the right decisions and adjust your training session according to the dog's progress. When you are failing 5 out of the 10 times, it's time to set the training criteria lower. If you're about 5 to 7 times in a block of 10, then you should stick with the criteria. And if you have success and you have 8 to 10 of good repetitions, it's time to increase the criteria. So I'm gonna switch cameras, set my camera up, and I'll see you in the session. So he offers to sit, and I shape it. I mean, not shape it, I create I shape the sit by just letting him perform the sit. Then what I'm gonna try to do good, so hodny kluk. Just get from the sit into basic position. I'm going to start adding a visual cue to the sit. I'm gonna take it. It's a little bit crooked, but for now, I am still gonna take it, but hopefully in the next session, I can raise my criteria just a little bit. I'll do one more repetition and then I'm gonna give him a little break here. That was a reward for the sit. I'm gonna ask that again. So yeah, that was my first session. I'm gonna try to increase some distance now. Good job. Good job. What's important is that between the sessions in your training block, you literally give the dog a little bit of a break and then you continue. In this session, I'm gonna try to add some distance in my sit, moving a little bit. If he remains in a sit, he gets the reward. I made a mistake here because I put my hand in my pocket before I clicked, which is a big no-no. Okay, and again, that was about 10 repetitions, and then 10 repetitions, he did really good. He nailed, I think, 8 of them. So I'm going to try to increase my distance a little bit in the next session here. I dropped food, my bad. I'm gonna ask for one more. Good, hard Nick, look, and that's the other session. That's it. That was really good. Look at him, shedding like crazy. Good boy. So now what I'm gonna try to do is do the same thing. I'm gonna raise the criteria again. Always when I raise the criteria, I'll only do that like 5 or 10% maximum. So now what I'm gonna try to do is go from that sit, that distance that I created, that 4 or 5 feet that I'm able to do, is to call him into basic position, and hopefully he does it. He remains in a sit now. Yeah, he's a little bit confused with the visual cue here. I am gonna reward that even though it's crooked, my criteria is coming into the sit and not the basic position itself. That is very important. So now it's the action of coming from a sit to basic position that we're going to reinforce. I'm not going to pet him because we're not done with the session. That was absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna give him a little bit more food because he was perfect, and exceptional performance gets exceptional rewards with me. He sits, I'm gonna give him a reward. And that was my bad. He starts to anticipate the exercise, so I'm gonna call it a day for this, and I'm gonna go back to my sit now because I don't want him to go into a routine, but he's able to go from a sit into basic position. Good job. And there we go. Come on. I'll ask that again. I'll work in this session on a little bit more duration and have him sit. If I would go back into basic position, I have a risk that he's gonna break the sit and think that after the sit he always needs to come in basic position, which is not the case. So now we need to work back on duration. So I made that decision because he was anticipating, you know, after 6 tries, he was already anticipating that he needed to come in basic position. If I would have continued that, I would have shot myself in the foot. So now I need to emphasize that sitting and remaining in a sit is good. And I just doubled my distance from where I started in the beginning of my training block, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, that were about 10 repetitions, and I end my training session, and then I'll go and do one more training session, and then this guy is about done. It's a venture. You see now he stays in a sit. So I needed to help him a little bit. And that's what training is all about. Learning the cues. He's not knowing the cue yet. I'm going to combine the two here. You see? He's learning the cue. There you go. When I close the distance, when it's a closer distance, he gets the cue. When it's a closer distance, he gets the cue for the basic position. When it's a little bit farther, he remains in a sit, which is fine. And I'll for my next training block, that's what I'm going to combine, is sitting and cueing while increasing the distance. There we go. Good, and I'm gonna end here. So this was Ruppert's training block for this morning in obedience. Yeah, go practice with your own dogs. If you have a new dog, you see, this is day number 6. Yeah, Ruppert arrived Friday evening late, and then my first engagement session was Saturday morning, and this is where I am now. So I encourage you, for everybody watching this series, if you have a new dog, to follow along. And it is basically my diary. You'll see everything, my hikes, my play sessions. I don't cut anything. So enjoy. I'll see you guys later. Viene. It's about 9 in the morning right now. Just taking these two out for a little stroll. Buna and Benny, they are hanging out in the pasture, running by themselves. This guy is absolutely not ready. So we're just going on a little stroll here. It's a nice morning again. Although the weather forecast says that we are expecting a lot of rain. This guy wants to run so badly, but he unfortunately can't. So that's what I do for exercise. Walking them, trying to give them continuous exercise during the day. Later today, Ruppert will learn to play 2-ball for the first time. So that will be an interesting session. I look forward to that one. But first we have some clients that we need to teach. And then when the clients are done, I want to take Ruppert out for 2-ball and see how he does. Here's my good friend Darla. I love that dog. So we're continuing walking back to the house and then start my client's day. Yep, I will check in with you guys soon. Bye. Ruppert is making some new friends here. Look at him, got loved. Yes. Hello, say hi to your dad. This is my friend Jeff. Jeff likes Ruppert and Ruppert likes Jeff. Enjoying the sunshine. You guys always have sunshine. We always have rain, so we're enjoying it.